Andrew Pinocchio Holness is a serial liar. Now you may recall when Andrew Pinocchio Holness was using ADMAT to avoid taxes in Jamaica, but ADMAT wasn't adding up. Now Andrew Pinocchio Holness, when we bawled out that he was avoiding taxes in Jamaica with his St. Lucian business, decided that ADMAT was no longer matting. So when the Prime Minister wind up ADMAT in St. Lucia and open Imperium in Jamaica, so that's why he never better take no pay, because he knew exactly how he was going to be paid. But anyways, that the saga there is for another day. Andrew Pinocchio Holness, I don't know how is it you want to excuse yourself from this estate bridge, KSA, MC, UDC, Norman Brown, Delroy and Donovan Williams saga. Now Andrew Pinocchio Holness is trying to convince Jamaica that he has absolutely nothing to do with estate bridge. Now Imperium that won the most shares in estate bridge, 4,001 shares. Imperium one owning a estate bridge. Now Pinocchio, wasn't this money where you tell the IC said Norman Brown put in your account over 20 times at the ATM linked to this project? Now Andrew Pinocchio Holness, you mean to tell me say you are trying to convince the Jamaican people that Norman Brown love you so much that he randomly show up at the ATM machine over 20 times for put money in your account where you don't know nothing about? Now you can always say me chat too much in fudge, but you can never say me tell a lie. Not like Andrew Pinocchio Holness.
Former parliamentarian Leslie Campbell has been found guilty of failing to provide information requested relating to his statutory declaration for 2016 and 2020. The decision was handed down by Parish Judge Paula Blake Powell in the Kingston and St Andrew Parish Court a short while ago. The former government senator was charged last year with the breaches of the Parliament Integrity of Members Act and the Integrity Commission Act. The Commission submitted that Mr. Campbell only partially complied with the requests. The Commission said the outstanding information included the surrender value for 2 life insurance policies and the account balance linked to a bank loan. But in an unsworn statement in court, the former senator maintained that he had complied fully. Mr. Campbell was the Jamaica Labour Party Member of Parliament for North East St. Catherine. He served as Minister of State and the Minister of Foreign Affairs before resigning in 2023.
So the Integrity Commission win a next battle against the Jamaican Labour Party. The Integrity Commission, them a work. And Andrew Holness, nobody feel like I say you are going to get scotch free. Nobody feel like I say you are going to walk out of this, because guess what? You're the same way like how your colleague found guilty. That is just how you're going to found guilty as well. We not deal with corruption. We not support corruption. And all our corrupted politician, whether on the pan P, R, J, R, M, R, D side. Once you know mix up in a corruption, go down without a shadow of a doubt. Jamaica tired of the whole heap of corruption and the corrupted politician them. Speaking about corrupted politician, Jamaica are heading down the road into a recession. People, each and every time when the Jamaican Labour Party take the country, instead of them go forward, them go backward. Uno no see what they go on. The Jamaican Labour Party are drive the country straight into recession right now. We soon talk about that, people. Bless up to my viewers and my subscribers them. May hope everybody having a blessed and a wonderful morning. Now, my viewers and my subscribers, remember, in everything you do, always put God first in every and any situation. Just always remember to call upon God. Always remember to pray, because a prayer day keep Andrew Holness and the criminal them away. Now, my viewers and my subscribers, we have so much coming up inside this update, so you definitely don't want to miss none. So watch the video until the end. Remember, leave a like on this video, give it a thumbs up, also subscribe if you haven't subscribed as yet. Remember, we are on our way to 100,000 subscribers. So if you're not subscribed yet, now is the time for you to subscribe and turn on the notification bell. Alright, we soon forward. So welcome back to my viewers and my subscribers them. Big up to all of my viewers, big up to all of my subscribers them. We continually support the channel and I help the channel to grow. Now, remember to leave a like on this video. Remember to give this video a thumbs up. Also, if you're a new viewers, first time on my channel, then please subscribe to my channel and turn on the post notification bell so whenever we drop new content, you will be first to be notified. Share the content with a friend, a family, a loved one. Share it on your social media platform. And people, remember, we are on our way to 100,000 subscribers before the end of December. So if you're not subscribed yet, now is the right time for you to do so. Subscribe and turn on the post notification bell. Or if you're subscribed already, then don't be afraid to share the content with a friend, a family, a loved one. Don't be afraid to share the content. Alright? Now people, make we start off the report with this. Jamaica are heading down into a serious recession. Jamaica are heading down into a serious recession. Them hide it from uno. Them no want to nothing know say Jamaica are heading down to a recession. Just like when Bruce Golding they take the country in a 2007 and put the country in a recession, and a Portia Simpson Miller and Dr. Peter Philip them have to take the country out of recession and put back the country on track. People, trust me, recession time again. Every time when the country fix up back and go back on track, give back the country to the Jamaican Labour Party, knowing that this government, the Jamaican Labour Party government, no mean Jamaica no good. Why every time when them come in a power, Jamaica have to always end up in a recession? Why? Why? What them do say? I'm not going to put Jamaica in a recession because to see it, every single thing will happen. These people blame Mark Golding. But people, Jamaica are seriously heading into a recession. So people, in times like these, what you can save, save it. And if you know, if you don't have much Christmas spending, then save your money, people.
Financial analyst Dennis Strong has weighed in on the current state of the economy. This is in light of the latest forecast by the Planning Institute of Jamaica PIOJ. Mr. Chung was speaking on Power 106's Morning Agenda Wednesday. Talks of a recession are starting to take place after declines in the Jamaican economy. First in the quarter ending in September, and now the Planning Institute of Jamaica is forecasting a decline by 0 to 1.5% during the December quarter. Financial analyst Dennis Strong says he's observed mixed signals.
If inflation around this time coming up to now is a little down, then it means that we might not be seeing the amount of robust spending that we normally see leading up to the holiday. But I did expect it to come down. On the other hand, though, the persons that do the automated teller machines system, multilink, they said that the amount of money that's in circulation from their perspective is up about 13%. So there are some mixed signals there.
Mr. Chung says the economy is not as vibrant as it normally would be during this time of the year.
It is going to be a tempered holiday season, I think. I think leading up to next week, you might see an increase in expenditure happening. But seeing that some of the money from the road repairs is actually coming out there in terms of the reach, hopefully we can start some spending also towards the end of the year from the program, even more spending.
But he's hoping that things will improve closer to the holidays.
You know, one of the things I always use when you go on the plazas and see that there's still a lot of people there, you don't see a lot of sale going on. It means that things might not be so bad. So I'm hoping that the decline PIOJ has projected is more closer to the 0% range. Last quarter we had a 2.8% decline, which is pretty significant because of the burial impact. I think that you're going to see that come down significantly. So I'm hoping closer to the 0% range.
The cost of living continues to rise.
The latest data from Statin shows an inflation rate of 1% for November, driven by a 2.1% increase in food prices, with items like vegetables, plantains and tubers seeing the steepest hikes.
The higher costs are being blamed on supply shortages caused by Tropical Storm Rafael and the rising electricity rates, which have also added to household expenses.
So as the holiday season approaches, many are carefully balancing their spending on food, gifts and festivities. Deirdre Thomas has the story of one Jamaican.
9 days to Christmas. Inside Marjorie Lewis's refrigerator, 2 onions, a little seasoning, and that's not expected to change. Many families will gather around the table for Christmas, but for the last 5 years, this family has been missing out on the festivities.
I was married for 20 years, and gunman come and kill my husband who used to help me. And from him killing me, I was struggling, buy food some of the time.
The pain of his loss echoes, much like a silent night without a star. With Christmas right around the corner, the holiday that once brought light to her family is a harsh reminder of loss and hardship. Marjorie is a day's worker. On average, a day's worker earns between $4,500 to $5,000 per job. But of late, they're slow to come by, and with the rising cost of food, she can barely make ends meet to take care of her family.
You can't buy a piece of potato because everything there town. When you go to town and look for something in the sky, so we can't buy the mutton for $1,000 a pound. Ask for about $1,500 a pound. One bread now, $600 for one bread. 1 pound of chicken back for almost, and then $250 for a pound of chicken back. 1 pound of chicken was some of the $450 was $500. All poor people are going to survive.
Like a child waiting by the tree for a gift that never comes, she has been left waiting for help that never arrived.
Me go ask Miss Holiness, care 2 letters up about the house and thing, and me not get a response. Me go buy food for the poor, me not get a response either. Me go down a part, me not get a response either. Nobody busy, nobody again, they will hear your story, you know. But when you write them down in a book, write them down in a book. Listen to you, write down in a book, you know. But when the help come, nobody busy, nobody again.
This experience has led her to believe
it was for the rich and not for the poor, because the poor cannot afford it.
While her husband's legacy is visible from the outside of her home, that's where the comfort ends. The interior tells a different story. A crammed shared bedroom with no bathroom. Marjorie and her family are forced to walk to nearby bushes to use this one. Several packs of pills are all around her as she struggles to cope with depression. Drinking water, a mosquito hub. In the face of all her struggles, there's only one thing she truly desires.
The biggest question is Christmas. We don't want food.
At a popular supermarket I visited, the cheapest whole chicken cost $1,549 plus tax. On average, 1 pound of rice cost $179. Red peas, $438. Lettuce, $1,108. 2 tomatoes, $289. And a bottle...
I don't think I need to go any further in another one day. People, me already tell you now. The Jamaican Labour Party cannot manage the country. The Jamaican Labour Party were put together. They were formed to destroy Jamaica. And that is why each and every time when them go in a power, them destroy the economy. They mash up the economy. And Jamaica have to go in a recession again. If these people did mean Jamaica any good, you feel like I say, the man we call himself the best prime minister, along with the man we call himself the best finance minister, would put the country in a recession. Me tell you, say when I hear them say economy a grow, the growth of that economy were stemming from the People's National Party, Peter Phillip and Portia Simpson Miller. Remember, you know, economy not grow overnight, you know. Economy cannot grow overnight. So, the first couple years, you don't see them a show off. It was work by Peter Phillips and Portia Simpson Miller. It wasn't work by Ligel Clark And Bro Devil, it wasn't. It was work by Portia Simpson Miller and Dr. Peter Phillip. And anyhow, when did allow the PNP to continue to run the country, we would be in better state at this given moment. The only thing that Bro Devil care about and his ministers is Obia. That's all. Another thing that they care about is how to put money in their bank book and how to ensure that taxi man and vendors no come to nothing because they set police upon them for pressure them day and night. Them set transport and them set the municipal police them for target the vendors and the taxi man them. So they can't come to nothing. Worse in a Christmas, yeah. Oh God, man. It's a shame how them deal with poor people out there right now. And the government of Jamaica, all them do is fatten up in bank book. All his ministers are doing, fatten up them bank book, rob poor people purse, and drive the country into recession. When recession reach we, the poor people, the lower class people of Jamaica, recession will never reach them because them have billions of dollars hide off. So we alone are going to feel it. And we alone are going to left in a hungry. And we alone are going to dead for hungry. Not them. Not them family. And we. So people, on a need to be smart. Stop put these people in a power knowing that these people no mean Jamaica no good. Knowing that these people, the Jamaican Labour Party were formed by the CIA to destroy Jamaica. And that is why Jamaica have to go backward each and every time the Jamaican Labour Party take over. When una go learn? Them say who have ears, make them hear. And who have eye, make them see. But to me, it look like most of these people, they don't know ears and they don't know eye. Because they can't see and they can't hear. They can't even feel. Jamaica are heading into recession under the best finance minister and the best prime minister, the best government. On a full of load of crap like. On a think on can trick the Jamaican people them. On a think on can fool we. On a think so. And that is why you see Andrew Holness a pressure poor people so wicked that.
And trust me, minimum wage is an oppression of the weak and the vulnerable. Because what is minimum wage? Can't feed them. It's a wickedness. But the minimum wage is 3,000 and the man come and we see the white squad upon him mouth. And we have the work for him. And when we look around the yard, we see work that maybe value about $10,000. Come on now. $10,000 what a work we have around the house to do. Minimum wage at 3,000. But when you look on the man, we see him desperate. We say, all right, see that work there, $10,000 work we are giving me now. Do all of that for me. But me only will give you $2,000. Come on, that's something where people do all the while. Come on now. And you know so the man going to do the work because the white squall up on the mouth. Him desperate. And guess what? You know the point I want to make? If you operate according to the meta-narrative of this world, and the meta-narrative of this world is the economy. So you must know that the economy determines everything. If you operate according to the economy of this world, you did well by offering that man $2,000 for $10,000 worth of work because you save yourself $8,000. And how this economy operates, they will applaud you. You did well. But you are not seeking God's kingdom of justice and mercy. And God, in Jesus Christ, going to come back again to establish his kingdom of justice and mercy. And he's going to judge those who take advantage of the weak and the vulnerable.
Well, Mr. Andrew Holness say him raise minimum wage to $15,000. And when you check it out, your light bill alone they cost $28,000 because of the way how JPS are deal with poor people. Your water bill alone I want next $10,000 because of the way how JPS are deal with poor people. Man, talk about when you go to a market, figure buy one head of lettuce with $1,000. You can't even buy yourself 2 tomatoes again. You can't buy yourself 1 pound of onion again. You can't buy 1 bread. You can't buy 2 biscuits. You can't even buy 1 5 pound of rice and 1 5 pound of flour good. And this man brag and boast him alone raise minimum wage. Minimum wage should be at least $30,000. Whether I don't believe it or not. I'm going to say, if minimum wage raise, then whole heap of people are going to lose their job. Shut on them out. Because minimum wage raise the other day, I'm going to say nobody lose their job. That is a trick that they use to hold on poor people. I hit them use and hold we down. Tell you every day about if minimum wage raise, then people are going to get laid off. Not go so. Then if people get laid off, who do they work? Holness oppress the poor. Now, we're going to check out a video or an audio from Simon Crosskill. I tackle one of Holness criminal friend them. Because the whole of them are criminal, you know. The whole of them are corruption, you know. All of them are criminal and corruption we you see over there in the Jamaican Labour Party. Now, this man talk about say if Holness a magician and this and that, and how him know this and brother, let me tell you this. How Holness did know say if he take out his money out of SSL. How him know say SSL did go crash. How him know all of that. You don't think you can trick people with a little cocoa brain or no have? Now people, I want to listen how Simon Crosskill I go rocks him up people. But remember to leave a like on this video. Remember to give this video a thumbs up. And remember, time come for a change. Time come for we get rid of the green people them, the old criminal them, the old wicked them, the people them when I mean Jamaica no good. The people them will oppress the poor. The people them will have them foot in our neck and a stifle we. A full time now for we get rid of them. And the sooner people can realize that these people are wicked, or the better it is for we the Jamaican people. Holness is not a magician, but Holness is a con man and a trickster and know exactly what's going on. Because him have people in every department we are tell him whenever they might investigate him. And that is why you see him a fight so hard to put back Paula Llewellyn in a DPP role. That's why them still cannot. That's why them still cannot select a DPP as yet. People on the lookout on the eye. Holness is a criminal. Him and his friend them a thief them. You hear me tell you? But people, leave a like on this video. Give it a thumbs up and share the content as well. Alright? Remember, pray to God. Make God fix the country.
And the question that has been raised by some is that he did all of this because of the pending investigation. So I'm asking you now, as somebody who is close to the issue, why did the Prime Minister change the whole relationship with Estate Bridge and so on?
Yeah. I'm happy you raised that, because the Prime Minister is not a magician, nor does he have the gift of clairvoyance. So to be very clear with your listeners, the Prime Minister in October of 2022 transferred shares to his son Adam Holness and essentially would have divested himself of any interest in the company named Estate Bridge. The complaint that came in from the public to the Integrity Commission came in on the 10th of July 2024. I do not know that Holness can see down the road and know what would happen in on July 10, 2024. If that were the case, I would text him right now and ask him for the Super Lotto numbers.
Yeah.
What if you understand me?
I do.
So let me just go back to a question you asked earlier. You asked why him give him son the shares and if it was a gift or whatnot.
Yes.
The Prime Minister, like any other citizen of Jamaica, is able to make determinations in relation to his personal property in ways he sees fit, not dissimilar to how Mark Golding has divested himself of a particular residence, and that residence is now owned by his children. Mark Golding chose so to do because he's free to do so, and
he's free to do so. But the sale of that to his sons does not involve property breaches or an investigation by the Integrity Commission.
But we're not getting. But my friend,
no, but that's the genesis.
He was not involved in any. He was not the subject of investigation by the IC.
That is the genesis of this report. In that, all right. Let me ask you this: does the Prime Minister?
You appreciate the difference between October 2022 and July 2024?
Yeah, man,
right?
I'm loving that. But here's what I'm asking.
Go ahead with the other question.
The investigation, or no, first of all, the dissolving of ADMAT, the removal of Imperium as a major shareholder in Estate Bridge.
Not a major, but a shareholder.
No, the significant
have zero shares.
Has zero shares.
Very well.
And the question is, why? What prompted that? Because there doesn't seem to be any climate or environmental change that happened that would realize that sort of change. There doesn't seem to be anything that happened in the financial markets or the construction industry.
Well. Okay.
So I'm curious
to understand.
Yes,
to be in perspective.
Yes.
The Prime Minister's son attained majority at a particular point in time. In other words, he would have attained an age where he's no longer a child, but is a Jamaican adult.
Yes, but that would have happened, 3 years ago?
But that's why I'm not even interested in getting into those personal affairs of the Prime Minister in terms of why the Prime Minister took his wife on a date to this restaurant as opposed to that restaurant. That is not germane here.
Your analogies need a lot of help. I've got to
you may not agree with me, but
no, I do agree with your analogy.
I'm saying what is germane here is that the Integrity Commission, by way of its Director of Information and Complaints, would have received a complaint. It would have been passed to Kevin Stevens, who is the Director of Investigations, and he would have received this July 10th thing, and he would have undertaken or commenced an investigation. And what we're saying in very simple terms is that the very subject of this investigation was breach of a permit for construction of townhouses and whatnot.
I don't know if it's people being disingenuous, but you do know, as part of the investigation into his statutory declarations, the Prime Minister was asked specific questions about Wycliffe or Wycliffe Close, about Estate Bridge, about Imperium, about ADMAT. Was asked questions.
And in keeping with all of what I would have said earlier in the past few minutes, the Prime Minister would have made those disclosures to the Integrity Commission.
Hence the correlation.
Is an entity that is held by Estate Bridge, and the directors are X, Y, and Z.
Hence the correlation,
is an entity in which I have an interest, and so on. Right?
I think, to be fair, though, Marlon, I think it is slightly disingenuous to suggest that the Integrity Commission had no cause at all to ask the Prime Minister or to involve the Prime Minister into a chain of events that has ultimately led to this report. I think it's.
I think
the public is going to be a little more dismissive of that. Yes.
That is the material and germane point. There is no chain of event that is of any moment here, and that is why I'm coming back to an analogy. And just to be clear,
here's another analogy.
You may not agree with what I'm saying now, but I want the listeners to at least hear what I'm saying.
No, man,
we know that there's a particular discourse that pervades this space.
Yes.
When Ralston is on and everybody
come on, no, you're reaching,
just
man.
allow me a few seconds.
No, I'm not going to allow you a few seconds to. I'm not going to allow you a few seconds to digress from the central point.
I'm not digressing.
Yeah, that's why you're bringing Ralston and Mark Golding and everybody. And really, we're talking about the Integrity Commission.
I'm done with Mark Golding is off no moment here, man. I'm done with Mark Golding.
Does the Prime Minister have any involvement with SSL?
The Prime Minister has no involvement with SSL.
Did the Prime Minister have an
The
involvement?
Prime Minister had an interest in SSL in terms of an investment product.
There you go. So there is an
And he would have gotten
association.
the funds remitted.
Yes.
The funds that he had invested in SSL.
Yes.
That would have been liquidated
Correct.
and remitted to his
Correct.
account based on his
But
instructions.
to suggest that the Prime Minister did not have an association with SSL would, one, be false, and two, be misleading. So when the question is put...
I'm not debating association with you, you know. I'm debating what is germane and what is not
No,
germane.
man, no, man.
So the fact
No,
that
man,
the Spanish
that's-
were once the colonial administrators
Yes, I don't know
of
that
Jamaica
that's for us
is
to
not
determine,
germane.
though. Yeah. I
Yeah,
don't
know.
I think the public will decide what is germane. I think what we have to
Remember,
address...
but remember, so just to be clear,
Yes.
PNP listeners
Yes.
will determine that everything, including the fact that Jamaica, if Jamaica suffers a ratings upgrade or a downgrade at Standards and Poor's, nobody will report in the news the Spanish associated Caribbean island of Jamaica has suffered a ratings downgrade at Standards and Poor's.
All right.
God forbid.
All right.
Nobody will make that at any point.
God forbid.
And the reason why I'm coming back to the material point, just before we go to the newscast, is this.
Yes.
If you sold a car and that car being operated by its new owner breaks a red light and hits down somebody and God forbid kills that person, nobody would be concerned about Simon in the grand scheme of things. That would not be germane to the offense that was perpetrated by the driver of this motor vehicle. The quote-unquote issue here were breaches in the construction of this townhouse up at Beverly Hills. The Prime Minister is not a person who is associated with the entity on July 10 or even prior to that, based on the complaint that came in from the public. That is what I'm arguing here. What is germane and what is not germane.
I take your point, and I think the Integrity Commission and the KSMAC and the police need to talk to Norman Brown and the Prime Minister's son, as you hinted at earlier. But we have to leave it there. Thanks for talking to us, Marlon Morgan.